the moonlit forest, and the castle of dreams. As night deepened and the wind gently rustled through the forest, the trees swayed softly, whispering as if lulling the world to sleep. The moon hung high in the sky, casting a silver glow that bathed the forest in a serene, dreamlike atmosphere. At that moment, Rio the trees, where is he? Good evening, Rio. You've arrived in the moonlit forest. Rio's eyes widened in surprise. How do you know my name? I'm Yumahoshi. My role is to watch over the dreams of children who come here, so I've always known about you. Yumahoshi floated softly in the air and gently circled around Rio. Tonight is a special night, so let's go on a dream journey together. Comforted by Yumahoshi's soothing voice, Rio nodded and began walking alongside him. The moonlit forest stretched deep and wide, filled with countless tiny lights, as if the stars had descended from the sky. Soon they arrived at a small, hidden gate nestled deep within the forest. "What's this gate?" Rio asked, and Yumahoshi replied with a gentle smile. "This is the Gate of Dreams. Once you pass through it, you'll be taken to the Castle of Dreams that lies within the depths of your heart. All the answers to what kind of dreams you want to see are hidden in that castle." Rio felt a strange sensation as he listened. The Castle of Dreams inside his heart. What kind of place could that be? Encouraged by Yumahoshi, Rio slowly pushed the gate open. Before him stretched a vast river made of twinkling stars. This is the River of Star Memories. As you cross it, your past dreams and memories will be reflected as a stream of light, Yumahoshi explained, floating gently above the river and leading the Withy. By listening to Yumahoshi's words, Rio allowed himself to be carried by the river's gentle flow. As they reached the opposite shore, a grand castle towered before them. Its walls were made of luminous crystals, and under the moonlight, they glistened in all the colors of the rainbow. At the top of the castle's tallest tower, a pillar of light stretched up to the heavens, seemingly connecting the "So, this is the castle of Rio," gasped in awe. The castle's massive gates slowly opened, and Yumahoshi welcomed him inside. The interior of the castle was like a vast garden, with countless flowers glowing softly as they bloomed. Each flower seemed to represent a fragment of Rio's past dreams, radiating a unique, "Rio, your dreams are filled with so many colors and lights. This castle represents the infinite possibilities that lie within your heart. Every dream you've ever had is born here, and each time you sleep, it returns to protect your slumber." Yumahoshi floated gently to the center of the garden, where a small, clear spring was quietly rippling. The surface of the water shone like a mirror, perfectly still. Gaze into this spring and let it reflect your heart's desires. Think freely about what kind of dream you want to see, what world you want to visit. After a moment's thought, Rio leaned over the spring. As soon as he did, soft ripples spread across the water's surface, and scenes from Rio's mind began to take shape. There were vast mountains, a boundless ocean, birds soaring freely in the sky, rainbows arching between clouds, and new worlds straight out of an adventure story. Rio's heart swelled with excitement. "I want to fly freely in the sky, visit unknown places, and meet lots of friends." As Rio spoke, the images in the water shifted, slowly forming into the world he had just described. "So, that's the dream you wish to see. Very well, I'll guide your heart into that dream." Yumahoshi gently touched Rio's forehead, and a warm light enveloped his body. Rio floated softly in the air, a pleasant sensation of weightlessness washing over him. His eyelids grew heavy, and his consciousness gradually began to drift away. "Sleep well, Rio. The Castle of Dreams will always watch over you. No matter what dream you want to see, you can make it come true here." Yumahoshi's voice was the last thing Rio heard before he fell into a deep sleep. His mind was soon carried away to the newly formed world of his dreams. When Rio next opened his eyes, he was back in his soft bed. The room was still dimly lit, with the soft glow of dawn just starting to peek through the window. Rio slowly sat up and reflected on everything that had happened in his dream. The Castle of Dreams, Yumahoshi, the fox and the cat. He muttered softly to himself and opened his palm. There, in his hand, was the same tiny star pendant he had seen in his dream. It was real. Overwhelmed with joy, Rio clutched the pendant close to his chest. The adventures and encounters in his dream were not mere illusions. They were vividly etched in his heart, connected to reality through the pendant. Lying back in bed, Rio gazed out the window. The sky was beginning to lighten, and the golden rays of dawn were breaking through the eastern sky. He closed his eyes once more, recalling the sights he had seen in his dream: the Garden of Time, the starry forest, and the Castle of Dreams. Can I go back there again? Grasping the star pendant, he whispered to himself. He felt a gentle warmth radiating from the pendant, spreading softly throughout his chest. It was a feeling of certainty, a promise that it would lead him back to the world of dreams whenever he wished. From that day onward, Rio returned to his dreams every night, greeted by Yumahoshi, the fox, and the cat. With every visit, new adventures and encounters awaited him in the ever-expanding world of dreams. No matter what kind of dream he wished for, the Castle of Dreams would grant it, and Rio's heart would continue to explore its infinite possibilities. Rio's nightly journey through the world of dreams continued, filled with countless adventures alongside his friends, exploring every corner of the boundless realm of his imagination. Good night, Rio. Tomorrow night, let's have another wonderful adventure in the world of dreams. And when you awaken, let the memories of these dreams fill your heart with courage and wonder, guiding you to dream ever bigger and farther each time you sleep. As the days turned into weeks, Rio's nightly adventures in the Castle of Dreams became an integral part of his life. Every evening, he would eagerly wait for bedtime, clutching his star pendant close and whispering a silent wish to Yumahoshi and his friends. Each night he returned to the dream world, and with every visit, new realms, new friends, and new challenges awaited him. One night, as Rio stood in front of the Castle of Dreams, Yumahoshi floated down beside him with a thoughtful expression. Rio, you've explored so many parts of this dream world. There are only a few places left that you haven't seen yet. But tonight, I want to show you something truly special. Rio's eyes lit up with curiosity. What is it, Yumahoshi? Is it a new world? Yumahoshi nodded gently. Yes, but this place is a little different from the others. It's called the Sanctuary of Forgotten Dreams. It's a realm where all the dreams that people have forgotten or lost are kept safe. There, you might find dreams you once had but don't remember anymore. Forgotten dreams? Rio repeated softly, feeling a mix of excitement and a tinge of sadness. What kind of dreams could be forgotten? And why would they be kept there? Exactly. Sometimes people forget their dreams as they grow older, but those dreams never truly disappear. They remain here, waiting quietly, just like tiny stars in the night sky. Yumahoshi smiled gently and extended his hand. Are you ready to see it? Rio nodded eagerly, his heart pounding with anticipation. Yes, please take me there. Yumahoshi raised his small hand, and a brilliant, swirling portal of soft blue and silver light appeared before them. The portal shimmered like liquid moonlight, casting gentle ripples through the air. With a deep breath, Rio stepped through the portal alongside Yumahoshi, feeling a gentle breeze wash over him as the world shifted around him. When Rio opened his eyes, he found himself standing in a vast, open field under a sky filled with countless floating orbs of light. Each orb pulsed softly, like a heartbeat, casting a soft glow across the ground. The field seemed to stretch endlessly, with delicate flowers swaying in a breeze that carried the faintest whispers. What are these? Rio whispered, reaching out to one of the orbs. It was warm to the touch and filled him with an indescribable sense of nostalgia and longing. These are dreams that have been forgotten, Rio, Yumahoshi said softly. Each one holds a memory, a story that was once important but slipped away over time. Some are dreams people had when they were children. Others are wishes that never came true. and some are simply fleeting thoughts that got lost in the rush of everyday life. Rio looked around in awe, taking in the beauty and sadness of the scene. The orbs floated gently in the air, casting soft hues of blue, pink, and gold all around. As he continued to walk, he noticed a small figure sitting alone among the orbs. It was a girl, her form shimmering like a ghost, with long hair that cascaded down her back like a river of silver. She was cradling an orb in her hands, staring at it with a distant, forlorn look. Rio hesitated for a moment before approaching her slowly. "Hello?" he said softly, trying not to startle her. "Who are you?" The girl looked up, her eyes reflecting the same light as the orbs around her. I don't remember. I think I'm a dream that was forgotten too." Rio felt a pang of sympathy for the girl. "You're a dream?" She nodded, her gaze dropping back to the orb in her hands. "Yes, I was someone's precious dream once. But as time passed, they stopped thinking about me, and eventually I ended up here." Rio glanced at Yumahoshi, who floated closer and placed a comforting paw on the girl's shoulder. "It's okay. Even if you're here, it doesn't mean you're truly lost. You're just waiting for someone to remember you again." The girl nodded slowly, but her expression remained sad. "I wonder if they'll ever come back for me." Rio felt a surge of determination. "I'll remember you. I'll keep you in my heart so that you're not alone." The girl's eyes widened, and for the first time a faint smile curved her lips. "Really? You'll remember me?" Rio nodded firmly. "Yes, I promise. You're not just a forgotten dream. You're part of this world, and that makes you special." Yumahoshi's soft, approving smile seemed to make the air shimmer with warmth. "Rio, dreams like her need people like you. Someone to remember them, even when it's difficult." Touched by Rio's words, the girl began to glow brighter, her form becoming more solid and vivid. She looked down at the orb in her hands, then back up at Rio. "If you ever want to find me again," she whispered, "look for the silver river under the moon's garden. That's where I'll be waiting, even if I'm forgotten again." Rio nodded, a sense of deep resolve filling him. "I'll remember. I'll never forget you." With that, the girl's form slowly faded into the light, merging with the orb she held until both disappeared, leaving behind only a soft glow in the air. Rio stood there quietly, staring at the spot where she had been. He felt a mixture of emotions, sadness for the dreams that had been forgotten, but also hope that, somehow, those dreams could be remembered and cherished once more. "Come on, Rio," Yumahoshi whispered gently. "There's more to see here, and more dreams that might need you." Rio took a deep breath and turned to follow Yumahoshi. They wandered through the sanctuary of forgotten dreams, encountering more dreams that flickered and pulsed with faint light. Each one held its own story, its own emotions. Some were joyful, others melancholic, and a few carried a sense of longing so strong that it made Rio's heart ache. He met dreams of adventure and exploration, dreams of friendship and love, dreams of places that had never existed and yet felt so real. With each dream he encountered, Rio made a silent promise to remember them, to carry their stories with him, even if only for a little while. Eventually, after what felt like an eternity of wandering, Yumahoshi gently tugged at Rio's sleeve. "It's time to go back, Rio. You've seen a lot tonight." Rio nodded, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment, but also a lingering sadness. "Will I be able to come back here again?" "Of course. As long as you hold the wish to remember, you'll always be able to find this place," Yumahoshi assured him with a gentle smile. "And the dreams here will always welcome you." With one last look at the glowing orbs floating silently around them, Rio turned and stepped back through the portal with Yumahoshi. The world around them shimmered and shifted, and before Rio knew it, he was standing once more in front of the Castle of Dreams. "Thank you, Yumahoshi," Rio whispered, looking down at the pendant in his hand, "for showing me that place." "You're welcome, Rio," Yumahoshi replied softly. You have a kind heart, and that's why you're able to see the beauty and value in every dream, even the ones that others have forgotten. Rio nodded, his heart filled with warmth and gratitude. He knew that even if the dream world was endless and vast, he would never be alone. There would always be dreams to guide him, and friends like Yumahoshi to support him. "Good night, Rio," Yumahoshi murmured, his voice a gentle breeze that carried Rio's consciousness away. "Good night," Rio whispered back, closing his eyes. With that, he drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep, the memories of the sanctuary of forgotten dreams and the friends he had made shining brightly in his heart. And as the night passed, the castle of dreams stood silently under the starry sky, its walls glowing softly, guarding the infinite possibilities of Rio's dreams for many nights to come.